So Danmachi Season 5 is what solidified this series as one of my all-time favorites. This is going to contain minor spoilers, but it's not going to be an in-depth analysis or anything too crazy. I don't want this to be too long either. This season, when it came to fighting, it was fine. I feel like the fighting in Danmachi has definitely been better in some seasons. Not saying that this season was bad, but all the stuff that happened blew the action moments out of the water to me. This season was about a few things, with the big thing being Freya's love and obsession for Belle, I'd say. We knew Seer loved Belle, but it always was kind of joked off. This season, she actually tried taking it seriously. She invited him out on a date. I'm gonna skip a bunch, so I do apologize. He did end up going on the date with her though, after preparation from one of the best characters of the season, Hedin. And after this, a bunch of things happened. Once again, skipping a lot, but Seer confessed to Belle after all of this, and he turned her down. It broke my heart, I will say, because she had never shown to be this serious. She poured all of her heart into this confession. It really hurt Belle too, because turning down someone's feelings does suck. And at this moment, we got to see the biggest moment in Danmachi I think we had ever seen up to this point. Seer revealed herself as Freya, and I won't lie, this moment gave me major chills. I didn't see it coming personally, and for the people who said it was obvious, I applaud you. Maybe I'm just an idiot. I forget if we got the scene of Horn and Freya talking when Horn gave Freya her name as Seer. I think, was that between when she revealed herself, or was it before? I forget exactly, but before that moment, I had zero clue. We got tons of seeds planted though, with Seer having ties to the Freya Familia, but some people, including Hesti and Hermes, for example, believe that she was some kind of goddess, but they didn't know exactly what or how. I had no idea either. But Freya did take Belle's rejection badly and made everything absolutely insane. She waged war on the Hestia Familia, and she attacked them near death just to take Belle, and she controlled the entire city basically, mind controlling all of them just to get to him. And this proved her to be, and I say this comfortably, the greatest villain, well, not even villain, the greatest antagonist in Danmachi history, because she brings a different dynamic than the previous villains have. They usually have some grand scheme to, I'm not going to say take over the world, but they do want to make their way. They do want to climb the ranks in the world, at least. Or it's like a monster in the dungeon, and they may have to surpass that goal. No, in this season, Freya, she just wants Belle, and she's willing to do anything to him or to the people around him to get him. She isn't a villain, but an antagonist, like I said. She is the goddess of beauty, so she can get anyone in Orario to be on her side with her charms. That charm works on everyone except Belle because of his abilities he has. But she also has probably the strongest Familia in all of Orario, so with that at her disposal, not many people can oppose her or would even try to oppose her if they could, right? So, Belle is forgotten by everyone in this city, and this was a trip to me because it lasted about 2 or 3 episodes. They were all gaslighting Belle, including the Freya Familia, and since Freya cast her spell on the entire town, they didn't forget Belle, but they had their minds kind of adjusted to have him think that he was a part of the Freya Familia this entire time. So everybody's treating him like an outcast because nobody wants to mess with the Freya Familia. When he even saw his real Familia, the Hestia Familia, they all didn't remember him either. And this almost broke him. The only thing that really got him back was the fact that Eyes, even though she didn't have any memories of him, she could just tell that they had tons of moments together. And that really is what set Belle up to get rejuvenated again. He fought every day at the Freya Familia's mansion or house, whatever you want to call it, and that got him stronger because they fought to the death there, and on the brink of death would heal whoever was badly injured that day, and they could just continue like nothing happened. So he was gaining experience from this. Hedin, I have not talked about him at all really. I don't know how much I will talk about the characters in this, but he was probably my favorite character this season, which is crazy because Danmachi, I love the girls, alright? I'm just gonna say it, I love the girls in Danmachi. Lily, Haruhime, Makoto, Hestia, Eyes especially. every season when people are introduced, I just like the girls more. The guys, they're okay. Like Otoro, even Otoro in the even Otoro in the Freya family, he's a really cool character. But I think Hedden was just amazing, bro. He took Bell under his wing this season. He showed him how to fight better. Bell has always known how to fight, right? But Hedden showed him certain things that he didn't know before. He was just a great character, and I loved him for that this season. But everyone was mind-wiped aside from Ryu, Asfi, and Hestia, and they eventually got the spell to wear off, right? And the moment that I am thinking of at the top of my head, which really got me, everybody in the town was mad at Freya for messing with their memories, right? But the Hestia family's reaction when they realized that they forgot who Belle was, that was just absolutely gut-wrenching, bro. I loved that moment, especially Lily. I loved it a lot. And so after all this, Freya didn't really have anything else to do, so she challenged Hestia to a war game. And we knew how the war game was going to end. We knew Belle wouldn't end with Freya. So they did win. They had a lot of stuff going on this season. I will probably talk about that at the very end. But yeah, they win the war game. And in the end, since we know Freya is Seer, right? She, at the end, agreed to stay, but not as Freya, right? She disbanded her familia. And she told them to just be great heroes for the world. But yeah, she is no longer Freya. She just wants to live as a normal person. She wants to live as Seer in Aurario now, in the tavern. And I didn't expect that. I'm not gonna lie. I expected it to be a happy ending. I don't know how, but it had to happen. I just didn't expect that at all. Bale said he will protect her, but he can't be her lover. You expect that out of Bale. He's a great person. Okay, I forgot. I'm glad I remembered that. Talking about Bale. I think this season, shout out to your boy Rock Lee Reactions on YouTube, as he talked about this. Bale, I think this season, it proved that he has to stop leading girls along. He doesn't do it on purpose, but if somebody confesses to him, he kind of just, I'm not going to say he shrugs it aside, but he doesn't really take stuff seriously. You got to give people a straight up answer. Welf even told him this season that he couldn't respect him if he just left Seer not knowing what he would say, because she literally confessed to you, dude. There's so many girls in the show that like Belle. It's literally half the cast. The receptionist, Artemis, if we count the movie, Lily, Hestia, Eyes. I mean, okay, not all of them confessed to them, but they all like him. Ryu confessed to him this season. He didn't say anything. Like, he just has to do a better job when it comes to that. Eyes is the only one who he has eyes for at all. So he has to just be more clear and concise with these girls. I know you can't really tell because he's really dense and he can't really tell what's going on around him, but he just needs to do better, bro. And also, the war game. Let's talk about this. I know I'm all around the place. I apologize. In the war game, it was cool, alright? But the season, aside from that, everything was done so perfectly, I just cannot give it anything, right? Because it was good. 1 out of 10, the war game, I'd say it's about a 7. That's not bad, right? But everything else in the season was a 10, bro. Bale, having everyone he knows forget about him. Everything was 10 out of 10, aside from the war game. I think it was just a bit lackluster. Even the final fight against Otoro, where it was Ryu, Belle, and Mamma Mia against him, it was good. But like I said, it just was not as good as the rest of the season. I don't watch Danmachi for the fights. I like it for the characters, the world, and the relationships. I like the relationships that Bale builds with everyone, and everyone else's relationship with each other. Like Eyes and Otoro, I see that they have something. Apparently you learn about that in Eyes' series. Yeah, bro, this season was freaking awesome. I think it was probably better than, it's hard. It's close to season 4, with Belle and Ryu, you know, in the depths of the dungeon where they had to escape. Ryu had her backstory in that. It was really good. I don't know, it's really close. It's neck and neck. It was a very good season. Season 4, bro, and season 5, they're right there. But Freya is such a good and deep character, bro. My final thing. Freya, she had nobody. Everybody loves her. But that's just natural. She's the goddess of beauty. She's beautiful. Nobody in the series looks better than her. I'm sorry, I don't give a damn. She is beautiful. And people devote themselves to her. But Belle was the only one who didn't, and that is what made her fall for him, I think. And he's also just a great dude. He shows similarities to the hero of the past, which I'm sure will definitely come up later. But yeah, I guess I kind of get it. She had all of this, I'm not gonna say worry, but she didn't want all of the responsibility of being a goddess anymore, I think. So that is why she chose to stay in town and stay as seer, because the tavern workers, they are family now. That is her family. Even though she was pretending to be seer and also being Freya, that's her family still. She saved Ryu. She built a relationship with Belle. She built a relationship with everybody here. I just did not expect her to stay there in the end because of what she did. She did something that was pretty crazy. She didn't kill anybody. She didn't particularly hurt anybody either, but she messed with the entire town's minds. So I didn't think that she would do that because, like she said, people are still really upset with her. Does everybody not know that she's seer? I don't know. Yeah, bro, that season was really, really good. No, I was all over the place. Okay, I'm sorry. It wasn't a great analysis. I wrote down an analysis, but I feel like this was just more through the heart. So let me know what you thought. If you liked it, I'll do more stuff like this. I will see you next time. Thank you for watching. I'll see you later.